Okay guys, the process. Let's talk about the process. Dixie Belle Caviar. Beautiful black color. This paint, literally, I bought this paint 2 years ago. I opened it up, it had a couple little chunks here and there. Picked them out, no big deal. The paint was still good as day one.
When applying chalk paint to a surface, just give it a little spritz of water and it really helps the paint to go on so much smoother. As I start off there, I get a little impatient and just dump the paint right on. Got a couple little chunks, no big deal, just pick it out and continue on.
Alright guys, you know when you paint a piece and it just doesn't go the way you expected it to, so you do it again. That's what I'm doing to this piece here. This is a sofa couch table, like it goes behind the sofa. Skeleton key, DIY. That's what we're doing.
Debbie's DIY clay-based paint is so thick and pigmented. It's really one of my favorites. It goes a long way.
After going to the DIY boot camp last week, I was inspired by so many wonderful artists. Miss Christy Lungford. Anyway, so she was really super fun. She's full of energy. So if you like funny, go to her channel, Grandma's Vintage Nest.
Like I was saying, Christy was such an inspiration. I got this idea from her. She used similar colors and stenciled the top of her dresser, and it turned out so good. So I thought I would give it a whirl. I have Firestarter, Blue Iris, Salty Kiss, and Apothecary. You really want to dab that till it's almost dry. Go in with a really light hand. You just dabba dabba dabba. If you go in with a light hand at first, well, throughout the whole process, but especially at first, you get that first layer down on the stencils, it turns out like this. I really love all the colors. It just gives it that dimension that's super, super pretty. There it is.
Took a wet rag and I came back and I
The first time I painted this piece, I made some dab and dust in blue and yellow and created lots of textures. So those are the areas I paid really close attention to and distressed back. Then I came in with some more of that black caviar for those button feet and kind of wanted to tie it all together. This is Dixie Belle Copper Glaze. It's a sealer and a glaze. Now, if I were to go back, I probably would not have done this step because I feel like those colors on that stencil were super bright and vivid and beautiful. It still is beautiful. That glaze dries to just a shimmer. It's not streaky like that, but it definitely did dull down the colors just a bit. It kind of started to drag just a bit, so I added a little bit of water to keep it moving. Like I said before, you know you're almost to the end when you're waxing your piece. This is some homemade wax that I made out of carabin wax, beeswax, and baby's oil. Alright, time for the fun stuff. This is a Maker Studio embellishing wax in copper. It's super beautiful stuff. It, you know, I guess it's buildable, but I actually just put a thin layer around all the little details, and so it was more iridescent. You could see through it in spots, and I like that look. Super good stuff. That about wraps it up, guys. Here she is.
Do is we go to secondhand stores, yard sales, we find stuff, we're gonna buy it, and we're gonna flip it. What are we gonna call it? If you guys have any good ideas for like a name for a live, like, you know, Talking Tuesday, I don't know, Flippin' Friday, it could be called something fun. I want it to have a fun name, something catchy so folks will remember it. Put in the comments below what kind of like catchy, sassy name. Hit that subscribe button wherever it might be. Hit the bell notification button. You'll get notified every time we have a video. As always, chase that sunshine, whatever that means for you. Bye guys.